I'm so stupid. There should be audio now. Good thing you are looking out for me there, Darth. That was real dumb. Well, so about that, here we go. I'm just mixing the drums at the moment. I'm gonna have to make some fixes because I'm changing a few things so we can have a live drummer tomorrow. So I should repeat what I said earlier. We're going to have a live drummer. I forget who it was that I was watching, but maybe it was Linus Tech Tips or somebody that said you're not a real streamer until you've started a stream with no audio. I don't know for sure that it was Linus that said that, but either way, it's super true. We've all done it. Happens to me more often than I like to admit. Okay, so I should do these both at the same time. So let's go ahead and zero those out because I'm going to need to reset all of these. Boy, I probably would have gone for like an hour without even realizing there was no audio. I felt real dumb about that. Okay, so now let's set up these pre-recordeds and see where they need to go. Way too much cymbals. What's up, Limo6? How you doing? Hopefully you're having a pretty good evening. Or day, evening, wherever you may be. I think the kick... I'm gonna turn my headphones up a little. Oh yeah, this is a great tune. We'll probably jam on it with my buddy Deanie tomorrow. So, I'm pretty excited. We're gonna be streaming tomorrow, probably a little later than it is right now, and we're gonna have a drummer with us for the first time. It's gonna be exciting. Get a little bit more snare drum. Where do I have a tom fill so I can check these toms? They can definitely come up a little bit. Like almost 2 dB. Oh, you have to wake up earlier tomorrow? That doesn't sound like a lot of fun. But I get that. I've had to do that a bit myself lately. Okay, so now on to the fun stuff. We're going to watch through the camera changes and see if I missed anything. You have a good night then. Thanks for popping in. Hopefully you can get some rest. I'm going to go ahead and leave those up for now because I know they're working. So, well, that'll be cool. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow because it's going to be a fun show. I'm looking forward to it a lot. Okay, so let's go over to vMix. You have a good one too. Thanks for popping in. We'll see you soon. So I'm going to be watching through this. Actually, let me pull up Reaper down here for you as well. I'm going to pull up a MIDI file so I can pay attention to the camera changes as they go. Where are they at here? Somewhere in my channels. We have the camera changes from the drums. There we go. So let's watch through this. Here we go. We're watching the output side, the green. This one will probably be pretty straightforward as far as camera changes. But I want to make sure I got some drum shots going. And make sure nothing looks bad. See, like that right there. I think we've seen that bass tight shot pretty recently. I'm going to swap the vocal and bass tight shots there. I don't want it to be too repetitive, but I don't want it to go back to the same cameras too often. So far it's looking pretty good. Open up to a wide shot, and then we're gonna get that drum overhead camera, which I'm pretty stoked about. That was a weird little lag there. I'm trying to decide if I want to do a multi-cam there or a multi-shot. Maybe we'll do it during the guitar solo. Yeah, I think we'll do it during the guitar solo. So let's go make a multi-cam here over in vMix. Let's go to multis and we'll do a new one. Add input blank. Oops, I just want to do a blank input. I'm gonna get rid of Reaper there so you can see what I'm working on. Pull up a blank, and I think we'll probably use the let's see here, one of these alphas that I already have. I think horizontal split, no, 6 bars. Let's do a 6 bar. So let's throw in the bass tight shot. Let's throw in a guitar ultra tight shot, since that one's kind of the opposite view of me. Where's that at? Guitar ultra tight shot. We'll throw in the drum. You know, let's just do like the regular drum wide shot, I think. And then the last camera will be, actually, you know what? We're going to throw in the main camera. And then we're going to throw in the vocal tight as well. There we go. Now let's go position all of these. So let's start with, let's see here, overlay number 5. Position overlay number 5. Let's zoom it out and place it. I think we'll place it down here. No, it'll go up here. That'll make the most sense. And then let's crop it in. Okay, there's shot number 1. Overlay number 4. Which shot are you? You're the main shot. This one I think I wanted to have like over here. Zoom it back out a little bit so we can still see what's going on. And that'll be kind of like this like window of what's going on in the room all together. Hopefully, I'll have to take a look at it once I get the new shot, because it might look a little bit weird with the shot that I'm going to use. We'll find out. Okay, so overlay 3 should now be the drum shot, right? So let's zoom that one down, and I kind of think what I want to do with this one. What do I want to do with this one? I kind of feel like it can be like that and just have bars in between it. Now that looks kind of weird, doesn't it? What to do with this one? I mean, I guess I could do like two different types of shots. I could bring like a drum cam in that's like this, and then put the overhead drum cam right above it. That could be kind of cool. Let's crop that Y value, and then, oh wait, because I still have the guitar ultra tight shot as well. So let's zoom that down, and that can go like over in here, I think. That way we split things up kind of cool. Crop that in. And you know what, let's pan it down a little bit. There we go. I don't know exactly where it's going to need to be. The shots are going to change a little bit, so I'm a little bit nervous about that. And then let's take this bass shot and bring it over here. Zoom it back up to full. There we go. I'm only missing one block, actually. So this actually turned out pretty cool. Let's grab the drum overhead. And back to our position. That should be an overlay 7? No, overlay 6. Zoom it out. I kind of think, though, we'll put it over here, and I'll change my mind about this shot, the main shot. Which one's the main shot? The main shot is overlay 4. So let's go back to overlay 4 and move it down something about like that. And then we'll take this drum overhead shot that's in overlay 6 and put it up top. And see if we can kind of crop that in and make it look good. There. Now we've got this kind of really elaborate, ridiculous multi-shot that's using almost all of the cameras. but I think it's pretty cool. Let's name it multi all shots. And we'll use this during the guitar solo, maybe? You know what? If we're going to use it during the guitar solo, then I'm going to change my mind about 2 of these shots, I think. Let's go back to our position here. Actually, in my multi-view, I want the vocal type, which is overlay 5. Let's go to overlay 5 and move that. And then where was the guitar type shot? It was in overlay 2. So go to overlay 2. We'll bring it over here. That way we get, if we're doing a guitar solo, we can kind of fill that up a little bit more. Oh, I got to go crop that down a little bit now. Okay, so let's zoom that out. Let's go back to overlay 5 and get this out of my way. And which one is that main shot in? That was in overlay 2, right? No, main shot's in overlay 4. Good thing I took a look at that because it needs some loving. Zoom it out a little bit and crop it in a little bit. Although I'm a little bit nervous about overdoing this because once I change the shot, it might look a little bit weird. Let's crop it in there, crop it down there. There we go. The guitar was in overlay 2, correct? So we can kind of pull that down, fill that out. It looks like my overlay, is it overlay 4? Nope, it's not. Overlay 5? It's in 5. There we go. So we'll just kind of put that about right there and we'll crop that in. There we go. Now we have a whole bunch of shots. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. It'll kind of give you a sense of everything going on all at once. So now we need to give it some MIDI automation. So let's bring Reaper back in. Show all note rows. We got another new multi here. We'll name it multi all shots. That's not exactly what it is, but you get the idea. So let's create a shortcut for it. Add all shot. Oh, I gotta actually hit the button. All shots. So we have our MIDI note automation, and we're gonna do input, preview input, multi. Oh, it's gonna be at the bottom, isn't it? Because I haven't moved it. Multi all shots, and then let's clone that. Oh, you know what? Actually, I should name this. We'll call it all shots. Let's clone it, and then we will set it to MIDI channel 3 like we usually do, and cut direct. Is it output? No, it's transition, cut direct. Okay, so let's test. Boom, that moves it into preview, just like it should. If we move that to channel 3, cuts it into program. There we go. Boo, yeah. I need to definitely remind myself to fix that tomorrow, or to look at that tomorrow with all of the shots, because it may or may not look exactly the way that I want it to. View, I did not do that. There we go. So now what I wanted to do is go to the guitar solo, and instead of staying there, we're just gonna, it's gonna do some crazy things while I move up to my all shots multi. There we go. Let's take a look at what that looks like coming from the chorus, because I think we looked pretty good through the chorus. Let's pull our MIDI back up. So right here, we'll come in from the verse. Little guitar fuck up there. So we have our bridge, and then when it kicks over to the guitar solo, we'll see everything. Okay, where did that end? I think we're gonna go to the drum overhead for that fill, because I think it's a little cool to see him come down. Yeah, there we go. And I think going to that GoPro there, we're gonna do a one of these fancy new transitions. So let's change that note channel to 4. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to duplicate it and change the note channel to 4. Make sure it's at a value of 127, which should run the overlay channel for it. Perfect, there we go. So what we're doing here is now we need to go pick a transition type. So let's go take a look at some of these. Actually, let's load up. We're gonna be coming off like a base tight shot. So let's. Oh, you know. Okay, the GoPro does not quite work. So let's make sure we're not using that GoPro. I've learned that I have problems with a couple of these shots. So let's actually go to the guitar, because we're coming from. Well, no, we're coming from the vocal. Let's go over to the drums. Actually, we'll go to the drum wide shot, because we're not using the drum shot for quite a while. Okay, cool. So now let's go take a look at which transition we want. So let's pull our map preview off. Let's see. How about, I feel like I can get away with a little bit more modern one. Actually, I have these cool ones that I built off of some fractals that I made. I wonder what they're going to look like. Drums wide. I dig that. That's really cool. So it kind of fades in. What's up, Tomb Raider? How you doing? Let's take a look at that again. How does that look? I really, really like that. Here, let me kick the output over so you can see a little bit more fully what's going on here. But what I did is one of my fractal animations, I took that and made it like a black and white grayscale thing, and then turned that into a camera transition so I can use my fractals as a way to transition cameras. I think that's pretty damn cool, personally. Is that the one that I want to use? The Einstein one? What else? Because I made a couple of these. What does the beaming one look like? That one's kind of cool, too. I kind of dig that one. Let's take a look at Hive. It really wasn't creative. It was a way of taking things that I'd already done and reusing them. It was literally, how can I be lazy and do this simply? That one looks okay, but I feel like that one would look better slower. What about some of these monograph transitions? What do these look like? That one's pretty cool, but I think these need to be slowed down quite a bit. What about the drips? I haven't used any of these yet. These are new. Yeah, that one's kind of Nickelodeon-y. I don't really care for that one. What about the wave? Yeah, it's cool, but it doesn't really fit this song. I honestly don't know if I'm going to end up having something that works for that or not. That's okay. Yeah, the video production's been coming along pretty well. I'm pretty excited. I've been having a lot of fun. It's pretty much like I haven't worked on lighting. I haven't worked on hardly anything else in quite some time now. That one's pretty cool, the wave. I think I've already used that one somewhere though. What is skewed bars? I feel like I've used this one already. Yeah, I've used that one. It's really cool. But I want something a little bit different here. What about these monographs? I haven't used all of them yet. That one's really cool. Will it finish in time though? That's the question here. So let's get back to our outputs and go back to that. Here we go. Let's test it and see if it works. Oh, actually, for the guitar solo for this song, I built like a really big multicam here. I'll go to the output again once I load it up. That's gonna show everything. So yeah, because actually since the let's go back to vMix and Reaper. Since the last time you were here, I added a couple new shots. Since Deanie's going to be here tomorrow, I added in a wide shot of the drums as well as an overhead camera of the drums. So definitely going to be taking advantage of Deanie being here. So let's see how this outro looks with this monogram transition. Yep. Wrong button. That's the button I meant to hit. Oh, I better get that out of over. Oh, no. That overlay is important. Here we go. Yeah, the drum shots are cool. I'm excited about those. Okay. So that's what I was worried about here. Let's pull vMix and Reaper back up. So the problem with this is that the transition doesn't finish in time. And if it doesn't finish in time, then it kind of screws things up. It doesn't do what I want. So what we'll do is we will start the transition a little bit early and have it finish a little bit later and see if that gives us enough time to have it finish up. Oh, hold on. First things first is I need to manually reset this. Best way to do that is to just run an overlay. Oh, right. Oh, fuck, I messed that up. Okay. Now when I turn that off, that'll reboot it. I know you can't see that, sorry. Oh, I need to, in my, just pull Reaper up here. I need to create a custom transitions and actually set the transition that we're going to use here, don't I? So first things first, let's get my names on these so I don't lose my files. Yeah, I'm very excited to have Deanie over tomorrow to stream with us. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, well, even with AC, it's still pretty warm here in the studio once I get everything turned on and working. It's by no means perfect, but it is way better than it was. So let's see here. What were we using? We were using Monogram 3, I think. So let's pull that up. Let's run over that, make sure it's working, and then go back to vMix. And let's go see if that works. Okay, yeah. Let me give you the full output. Wait, that wasn't right. That pulled up the wrong thing. Oh, wait a minute. I know why it didn't work. It's because this isn't a full 127, huh? There we go. Now it'll change. Sorry, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but it's already done. So let's try this again. Okay, so it was already overlaid, which is why it didn't work. Let's try it again. What camera are we supposed to be on here? We're supposed to be on the vocal tight shot. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. And actually, I think what we're gonna do is wait and not change cameras so soon. We're just gonna give this a little bit of time. Let it wash over. That'll be cool. All right, let's go back to our shots over here. Let's check out the outro and make sure the rest of the camera changes looks good, and then we should be good on this song. Oh, oops. Hold, please. So we need to start after this. Here we go. See, there was a bad one. We definitely don't want that. So I think what we're going to do is we're coming from the main shot, and we never want to go between that and this overhead shot. It just looks super goofy. And I think that's the perfect time, since we're ending with this drum fill, to see the overhead drum camera. Where does that fill start? Okay, yeah, I'm right on it. Or does it start just a hair early? Well, the thing is, Deanie might not play that drum fill exactly, so I'm just gonna leave it changing on the beat for now, And we should be good. It goes back to the main shot. Cool. Done and done. So moving on to the next song. I got most of the work done the other day, I think, and I'm coming back through and auditing and making sure everything works and kind of double checking transitions, changing a few things, you know, adding some cool shots like this one right here. Boom. Let's go check that out in the output. Oop, I keep doing that. I keep hitting the wrong button. There we go. I think that shot came out really cool. I'm going to have to double check it tomorrow when the cameras are live because I think some of these positions aren't quite right anymore, which we're going to probably reshoot the backing cameras that I use. Let's restart them all so that they all look similar. Awesome. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, sure. If you want to take some notes on things that could fix, tomorrow's going to be a bit of a who knows exactly what's going to happen, just because it'll be our first time rolling with drums. So who knows? Could be good. It could be really bad. I'm not really sure exactly what's going to happen. What are you looking for? I think the best thing is for me to not tell you, because it's more important to know what matters on the user's end. I would say anything that sounds really weird or really like as basics, like if the drums sound way too loud in a song, which they shouldn't because I'm testing them. If there's any camera transitions that just look bad or something broken, simple stuff. Make fun of Deanie as much as you possibly can. You know, the usual things. I've also decided, once I go back and start rewriting songs, let me pull up the output here. Once I go back and start rewriting lighting, I'm going to use the white lights in the front a lot more often so that Darth and I are illuminated a little bit more naturally, and not in the colors, and then use us lit with colors more for specific moments or certain moods. It'll probably be more like a 50-50 kind of thing, but I've decided that I want to use front lighting a little bit more often, which I avoided in the past because the RGB lights give really shitty look to skin tones, but I did a whole bunch of color correction work and stuff, so that should help with making our skin not look all lobstery. Getting all that color correction in there, I finally went. Also, they do like weird like RGB shadows, which I don't love, so just little things that I need to tighten up on. So we're pretty good on that. We're not going to play Basket Case tomorrow. What else are we going to play? We're going to play Sweetness. So let's watch through that. Yeah, it looked a little bit like pinkish. And so I went and color corrected for that and got a much more like it. I made it look more like the way it does with the webcams, because when I'm doing this, I'm using actual like video lighting, which I don't have the ability to use because they're not DMXable, so I can't control them. So that's one of those little things. Someday I'll get controllable DMXable key lights. But what's up, Deanie? How you doing? Hey, check out this cool little shot I just made for us. I just had the idea to let me throw up the output here. So check this out. Ready? Boom! The multi-shot with all of us in it. It's got like the main camera, the overhead drum. Oh, and I guess you hadn't seen, I did take some small quick videos here. Oh, that's my preview. Let's go by cuts. Like a good drum shot. And it looks a little duller than the rest because there's no haze going on in these ones that I took. I was lazy. And then I got a cool drum overhead shot, which I think you've already seen, but got it lit, you know, with the lights and everything. But it's gonna be fun. Tomorrow's gonna be a blasty blast. I'm excited about it. Let's get me back over here. Right now why am I setting my coffee cup on the floor? I went through all the songs and did some basic camera changes and added the drums in. And I'm kind of going through and re-watching them and seeing if there's anything I missed or anything I want to change. So let's do this. We're going to look at Jimmy Eat World's Sweetness, and let's go over and let's check on the drums here. We might need to make some adjustments if I was lazy in my drum setup. So it looks like I already volume corrected them, so we're good there. I should already have the kit saved over in the plugin tank, but let's go take a look and make sure I found a better way to load up these presets. So let's save this and save as Green Day when I come around. Hooray. Did I already save Jimmy Eat World in here? I did not, so we need to load that up and load it into the, yeah, you got to. You got to. So yeah, tomorrow, 6 p.m. PST, we got the full band here, and it's gonna be a good time. As long as Darth doesn't screw us, we'll have a show. Let's see here. This is Jimmy Eat World Sweetness. I did learn Bleed American too. So, oh, is that a blonde wig? That'd be pretty good for doing Blondie, wouldn't it? I don't know though. I have a lot of hair. I don't know that I could wear a wig super easily. So if you're still here, Deanie, I was thinking, for Sweetness, what are you thinking we want to do for that, for the radio effect part? Do you think it would work if I just dropped to like just the overhead mics for that? Like if we drop like if we dropped all of the close mics on the kick, snare, and toms for those moments, you think that would give us what we're looking for? Let's see here. I'm going to try it. Let's see where we're at. So it hits right there. So like right there to there maybe? Let's see if I can do it convincingly without it sounding just super goofy. I think if I leave them in there but like 25 dB down, it won't be so like wildly abrupt. And then we'll put like a short little ramp in there so we don't catch any of the transients doing anything goofy. Yeah, it kind of sucks because we do have to like try and cleverly think our way around normal mixing techniques for the sake of processing power. That is at least until I build 6 more computers for the purpose of handling it. I mean, how is the new computer coming along? They are all built and working. There's one that I built that still needs a little bit of love. It's going to be for archiving performances. Like it basically will be recording the video on the stream because Twitch does not record at the fidelity that I would like to have. So I still need to get that computer working because the motherboard that came was DOA. So once I get that computer working though, everything should be good to go. I did have to update and move some capture cards around. I kind of wish those were over here. Let's move these automation points. Sorry, I'm trying to move these points over and I'll take a look at chat. Well, that's the whole reason that I am building this recording computer is that way I can split the output. So it can go to Twitch with all of the overlays and all of the different things, but then there's going to be a split before it gets into Twitch where it gets recorded on another computer that doesn't have the chat or all of those things like that. That way I can upload to YouTube without all of the Twitch related stuff. Okay, let's listen to the whole section because I think that works. Yeah, I think that works for now. And it should, since we're doing everything post fader, it should sound that way in your ears too, Deanie, so hopefully that won't be too weird for you. What's up, Cop Power? How you doing? Dude, I have watched many of your Super Metroid runs. Welcome to the stream. And yeah, you got to get those dynamics down. We're getting set up for some live music here tomorrow, so we're doing some editing. Definitely. So that's why we're kicking. Oh yeah, definitely. Lots of runs. I used to speedrun Super Metroid a little bit, but was never very good at it. still have not yet hit a sub 50. Someday I'll hopefully put in a little bit more grind and get to the sub 50. But I've been admittedly a bit lazy with it lately since I've been working on this stuff. Okay, so it's already doing the fades for me. That's cool. Where's my next spot? Right, it's immediately after the bridge, right? So I wanted to make sure that I got that too. So let's double check these and then we'll head to the bridge. But that looks like it's going to be, yeah, it really is a huge time investment. I've already put so much, well, I also got to say I got really into randomizer and then into the SMZ3 randomizer. And once I got into that, the amount of time I put into the vanilla speedrun just really tanked. Randomizer, especially SMZ3, it's so addicting. Just so addicting. Especially multi-world. Yeah, I can totally understand that. Like, before SMZ3 came out, I was playing vanilla Super Metroid speedruns a lot. And then as soon as SMZ3 came out, it really just tanked that. My brother and I, who actually he plays bass with me here on stream, we got super addicted to that. We must have done hundreds of SMZ3 runs. There we go. That works. I also feel like I could maybe have like a filter effect on it, but I don't know that I really want to go through the time of automating that out. That would be a lot. Also, I got to say, the other reason that I got out of doing the vanilla Super Metroid runs as much as I probably would have liked is once I started seeing, like, you know, Zost and Oats and Goats and especially freaking Behemoth bringing that time down so low. It just, it got so low. It was just like demoralizing to try and do something like that. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and do this automation. Hold on. I'm gonna try and not be lazy about this. What if on this exact same thing here? Yeah, it is just, it's so optimized and so intense that I just don't know that I would ever have the patience. So what if we route this down to the, we're gonna route this down to my filter channel. If I can find it. Although it is a lot of fun to watch. I do really enjoy watching those runs and watching Zost and Behemoth battle it out, although Behemoth just has that tendency to pop in and just make everybody look bad. That guy. For me, it's at that point where it's so optimized that it's not even fun to play anymore because I know that I'm like never going to be anywhere near the ability to do anything like that. All right, CLAFX. Let's just bring that down to 0 and then we will automate it up. Let's see what this sounds like before I commit to doing it for all of it. I can understand why you stopped. It's just, it's so much. I don't know how loud this is going to need to be. Let's check that out. I'm going to pull that down just to be safe. Oh yeah, I'm fairly certain I have watched your PB video. Most of the stuff on the top of the leaderboard I have watched at one point in time or another. I love watching the speed runs. I mean, I know it's a little excessive, Deanie, but I think that that's gonna be cool. We'll leave the vanilla symbols in there a little bit, maybe. Let's check it out. God, that's gonna be so cool to have live. Okay, so we're at -10 and -3.8. That's pretty good. Vanilla symbols. Sorry, I'm used to random. Sitting here talking about randomizer. Vanilla means like boring, generic, you know, not randomized. I just can't get it out of my head. One of these days, I'll convince Deanie to try rando. Although he'd probably hate it because he doesn't know the vanilla games very well. Got a master. Yeah, actually, so I do have a mastering chain going on. and it's running through like an SSL bus, a tape machine. I'm going through a solid state G bus compressor, and then finally hitting that with a maximizer. When I do these production streams, though, I'll show you here on my my output. I actually bring the master output down about 12 dB. So this is about 12 dB lower than when we're streaming music. And the only reason I do that is so that way I can talk while the music's playing and it's not crushing everybody. But like the actual output level for the stream is a good 12 dB louder than this. So let's check and make sure that both works. Yeah, I just noticed I tried leaving it at max volume and I felt like I was just like yelling over it and not able to talk, and it seemed like a bad idea. Is that too much of the filter? What do you think, Deanie? Is that too much of the filtering? Is it because in the original tune it's not like crazy heavily filtered. It's like a little bit filtered. Maybe I'm gonna try bringing the cymbals back up to like -6, because I like the level of where they're sitting in the mix, I think. And then we'll bring the filter down like at 2 dB, and maybe like bring it down to like -6. It's too much? Okay, so we'll bring the filter down to -8, because we still have just like the cymbals by themselves, which is already pulling a bit of that, and then we'll just like use a little bit of this filter. Let's see what that does. That was good, but I think a little bit less of the cymbals. This is Sweetness by Jimmy Eat World. This is one of the covers that we're playing. I think that's pretty good. We do play a lot of original music on here too, but well, here I'll show you. Since let me pull up vMix here. This is the well, vMix isn't going to show anything since I have the plugin tank up. This is like our studio, and normally it's just me and my brother streaming, but we're going to have Christini there playing drums with us tomorrow, so he's going to be that's the wrong button. Doing we got some of these drum cams that I'm setting up for him. Also, I'm not there anymore. So let's go back to vMix, or sorry, not vMix, Reaper. You're green. Yeah. He's new, so he's learning a few of the covers to get started. And a lot of our original music is a little bit more metal and like progressive rock, and going to take a little bit longer to learn. So we're starting with some easier stuff. I think that's pretty good right there. It's a good balance. If nothing else, it's just nice to have the effect there. So let's go set that up on the rest of the section. Yeah, progressive rock has very, very limited commercial viability. My progression went from like metal to progressive rock, and it was just like little commercial viability to even less commercial viability. So just making all the mistakes. So luckily we can be a little bit lazy here. I can just kind of do this. I think we should be able to cheat this a little bit. Luckily it's auto drawing my fades for me, so this should be quick and dirty. We can do the Turkish March. That one's going to be a huge pain. Like of all of the ones that have like a lot of tempo fluctuations. Yeah, I feel like progressive rock was one of those things that was like really cool for 5 minutes and then like immediately became so passé that nobody had any respect for it at all, and it just became this kind of like, if you play it, you're an asshole kind of thing. And I can see why. It's a very self-indulgent style of music. So just match all of these automations to the first one. There we go. Done. So I know it is very pretentious and very elitist. You are not wrong there. And it doesn't help that like the musicians who are in it like further that pretension and elitism. Like, I wouldn't play music like that. These boring power chords and silly 4-chord songs. I mean, these days I'll take my Bieber over most progressive rock any day. Let's double check this and make sure it works. Yeah, exactly, Danny. Like, look how good we are at music. which I also feel like applies to technical death metal. Okay. This is going to be cool to have this effect live. Let's see how it works on the break. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. This last time where it comes around, the drums are kind of all by themselves. I'm thinking maybe we go heavier filter this time. Just because it's kind of like this whole different thing. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, but yeah, this is like 2000s pop music, like pop rock music essentially. It's very commercial. Yeah, we'll use that. We'll use that there. But I think what we're gonna do here on this filter is so that the cymbals don't like ring and look ugly, we'll have that filter fade away rather than hard cut away. Because I don't want it to sound super awkward when like that filter's there. Why did I choose to learn this song? I think it was just because I enjoyed listening to it and playing it. Jimmy Eat World is one of those things that like I don't know, Deanie played a couple of their songs on stream the other day, and like just like listening to it while he played, I learned 2 of the songs just having a guitar in my hands and playing it. It's super simple, but they're good tunes. There we go. Now the cymbals kind of taper off there rather than hitting super hard. Okay, so now let's start going through camera transitions. Let's pull up vMix and Reaper because we got the audio where we want it. Those are all good. Oh, let me double check the plugin tank because I went over there to do that and then didn't finish. Okay, so I pulled up Jimmy Eat World. Are we connected? Did I never connect this? Yeah, we're connected. So, oh, okay, it is working. It's just being a little slow. Okay, so that works. And I need to, it looks like I already mixed it, but let's just double check it. Mute those real fast. Here, let me fix this. The MIDI notes that were recorded for this particular drum kit are not exactly the ones that translate to the ones that work with my electronic drum set. So I gotta go find the right note value here, and I think this is gonna sound a little bit crappy as I move it around, but I think it's 60 that we want for open hi-hats, which is what he's playing for most of this tune. Here we go. There we go. You don't have what on your stream? I don't know that I missed that. Okay, so that sounds pretty good. We got our drums connected. Let's go back over to vMix. I need to minimize the plugin tank, and let's start working on the camera changes for the song. So let's pull up the MIDI. I'm gonna get that out of my way for the moment. And now I have one more cable connection running all over the place. This is getting wildly out of hand. Let's close up that bass output as well. Where's my MIDI file? Camera changes, drums. There we are. Here we go. Oh, auto filters. Yeah, but it's a lot easier to do with, actually, I don't even know, since you're not like running in playback mode, I don't know how you would ever automate that to come in and out. Since you're not, like, the only way it works for me is because I'm in playback. I don't know how you would do that exactly. You'd have to have like a button or something. Maybe there's another way. If you're listening, whoa. Actually, you know what I'm going to do here for everybody else? I'm going to go ahead and put this on output mode so that you can see what the camera changes are going to look like. And if I stop to change anything, then we'll pull the cameras. If you're listening, Get that guitar. Okay. So right there, that was an obvious problem. Let's pull this back. I'm just going to not worry about turning that camera back off. So when we come to that, I do my first vocal part. There's really no reason that I should not go to something that shows that. It's fine to not show all of the vocal parts, I think. How long will I be here? I'm going to be here a while. I have a lot of work to do to get ready for tomorrow, so I'm probably not going anywhere. So I wouldn't worry about that. Okay, but we definitely don't want to do that because, wait, where's that going? So that's going back to the vocal close. So let's do this. Let's go to, I want to use a wide shot, which means I think this wide shot's the one that I want, but that means that we should get away from this. So maybe go to a guitar shot after that. Although I kind of hate going, what program is this? So for the audio side of things, I'm using a program called Reaper. And then for the video side of things, it's a program called vMix. And the signal path basically is one vMix computer handles the camera inputs. And that outputs that to another computer that adds overlays, which what the overlays do is like, I have like some, oh God, that's gonna look super ugly for everybody. Sorry, I didn't think about that. But it adds like these kind of vintagey overlay effects to things. And then that finally outputs to a computer that's running OBS. And the only reason I'm still running OBS is because it hooks into Twitch chat as well as being able to do color correction. I can apply LUTs and color correction stuff. And then Reaper uses a bunch of MIDI. Basically, I have a MIDI hardware output that controls all of the computers. And that's what all these MIDI files are doing, is messing with stuff. Yeah, Fruity Loop Studio is what I started with a long time ago. Well, that and a program called Cool Edit Pro. And then I moved into Reaper. But Fruity Loops is, like, for music production, it's super awesome. The only reason I use this stuff is just because I'm using it to, like, MIDI control computers, which I don't think is something that most people really have any kind of need for. So let's go back to our output now and take a look at that. Oh, is it way different? I haven't looked at Fruity Loops since probably, like, I'm gonna say 2006. No, it was probably more like 2007 or 2008. That was probably the last time that I used Fruity Loops. I did like try and steal some of the VSTs from it because there's a lot of synths in there that I like. So let's check these and make sure nothing looks bad. So we'll see the vocal, cut up to a close-up, and then we finally see a vocal close. So curious then, with Fruity Loop Studio, I know when I was using it, it was mostly a step editor, like what I'm using here in Reaper, like using like MIDI step editors and thing. Have they added if I go back to Reaper here, like a more traditional like timeline view for editing and things like that? Because like I said, just really it's been so long since I've used it, I don't really know what it's capable of anymore. I'm sure in 14 years, no, God, has it been that long? Like 12 or 13 years? I'm sure it's had to have evolved quite a bit. Then we go to drum shot. Oh, so everything is still using the piano roll step editor. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, I use a lot of sample based stuff, but a lot of what we're doing is also like live guitar, live drums, and that kind of thing. So I end up using a lot of plugins for the sample based stuff that I use, which actually I guess I'm not using a ton of sample based stuff anymore. I think I want to do a more specialized camera transition here. We're going to be going to the guitar tight shot. So let's, actually let me pull up vMix as well so you can see what that looks like. So I'm going to move this over. It looks like it's going to have to be fairly quick. So let's duplicate this MIDI note and we'll use that to turn off the overlay. And then we're going to bring this over here to run. You've never heard a realistic sample for electric guitars? Yeah, I have not either. What is it? Is it Trillion or Omnisphere? One of those two has some pretty decent acoustic guitars as well as like some other stringed instruments. But yeah, for whatever reason, for just distorted guitar, they all just like, they don't seem like they have evolved very far from even past like what they were with like Guitar Pro and a lot of those like, yeah, like a lot of those instruments are super good, but like distorted electric guitar is just one that never, never seems to come anywhere. But yeah, I use a lot of orchestral like flutes, trumpets, and obviously you saw earlier I'm using Superior Drummer 3 here for all of my drum samples, and then I'm running like Contact and Omnisphere for a lot of keyboard patches as well. But distorted guitar just seems to be one of those things that they just cannot get right. So let's go pick a transition here. I'm just going to use my controller here. Let's see here. What's the EQ squares look like? Oh, I need to change that shot here real quick. Let's cut over to the chat shot real quick. Oh yeah, Nexus is amazing. I use Nexus. I actually do have that here in my it's one of my three main keyboard plugins. I use Omnisphere, Contact, and Nexus in my session here. And if I can find it here, where are you? Yeah, right here. Nexus is always one of my go-tos. It's probably, like Omnisphere is probably the one that I use the most because of the routing possibilities. But Nexus is definitely, it's one of those ones where I can just pick a patch and a sound and it sounds good so quickly that like, I just, especially for like leads and pads, I end up using it all of the time. Especially I like having Omnisphere and Nexus on separate channels because I can send, the way I have it routed is I have my keyboards come in on a separate channel and then route them to the plugins. So I can hit like an Omnisphere lead patch and a Nexus lead patch at the same time. And that gets me some pretty cool sounds. So let's see here. I don't know that I want to use one of the fractal ones. Let's take a look at it though. What does it look like? So here, while I'm checking this out, I'm going to full screen this for everybody. Let's go back to the output. So basically I have these alpha mats that I'm kind of ripping from Premiere and using them to run transitions. That's actually a pretty cool one for this particular song. It's quick. We might go with that one. What was that one? That was the EQ squares. Okay, that's a definite maybe. What about that one? Oh wait, that's the one I was on. I was on Rising Bars. What the fuck is EQ squares? No, that one's pretty cool too. It's got to be one that's pretty quick. Maybe one that's kind of like a fade, but isn't a fade. That one's kind of cool because it's like a crossfade, but it's got kind of a dreamy kind of feel to it. So I think we're gonna go with that. So that's the one. So let's see here. What was that one called? It was called, that was the Red something. Red Blur. There we go, Red Blur. MIDI note 17. So yeah, basically the way this works is that all of these different transitions and things, I go and just assign the MIDI to be an automation point in the different programs, and then when they come up, they run. I have heard a lot of good things about Silent and have never gotten the chance to use it myself. It's one that I am very interested to try because I have never used it. But I am just a sucker for keyboard patches. Honestly, if now that I have, because I'm using a separate networked computer to handle all the keyboard processing now, Now that I have that going, I might try and push it and see if I can, because I have a bunch of like Arturia, like mini Moogs, and a few other things that I wouldn't mind trying. I'm stupid, you all can't even see what it is that I'm working on here. Let's go back to the output. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, I like that. But I think I wanted to kick off a little bit early, because it looked good, but it looked late, I feel like. So let's try a quarter note before the downbeat. Perfect. God, it's cool having that filter effect in there. Okay, I want to change that. I do not want to go back to that vocal camera twice. We're coming from a GoPro wide shot. You know what? No, we saw the bass tight shot pretty recently. It needs to be something that has vocal. Actually, there we go. We'll go for the keyboard overhead shot. That'll look good. So we'll see that bass, nice fat bass tone. There we go. That looks like a nice change. See those drums? Where am I at here? Why do I feel like there's a whole lot of notes in here that shouldn't be here? Are these just like changing way faster than I think they are? Let's see here. Let me go back through that again. Okay, never mind. It looks like we're gonna pick up here a lot when we get to the bridge. I don't remember doing that, but apparently that's what's gonna happen. That can't be right. He just looked right at the camera, all creeper rapey style. Okay, so we saw my vocal and then came right back to it. Let's not do that. So let's go to like maybe an overhead shot. This just, once we hit this bridge, it starts transitioning cameras so fast. There is, I can't imagine there's any reason I meant to do that. There's got to be something that copied wrong here. So let's watch. I have a feeling this is going to look super bad. Okay, it looks like there's actually just one that's off. It got moved somehow. So maybe this isn't as fast as it just looks fast because like it's a fairly slow tempo song. Yeah, that was definitely not supposed to be in there. I don't know how that got up there. That's not supposed to be there at all. That's just not supposed to be in. That camera change happened too fast. It shouldn't be on the downbeat. So let's go fix that. Let's see here. Where am I at? It's right when verse 3 starts. Because we want to come over to this drum cam. So we want that to happen right on the... If we were gonna have Aldo here, I'd cut to his vocal cam right when he starts. That's why it went early. That'll be a perfect time to drop the lights. Maybe? Okay, so do I want to do a multi-shot there, or do I want to do like a super fast ticka 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 ticka, like, because we're gonna do that like kind of choppy camera thing, or choppy snare hit. Let's try this. This could look super terrible, but who knows? It could be fun. So let's pull Reaper back up so everyone can see what I'm doing here. So I'm thinking about doing 8 hits. Boy, that's gonna be super fast. Let's try it and see what happens. I guess it doesn't matter terribly what shots I choose here, just because we're gonna be cutting so much so quickly. But we'll still try and like mix it up correctly so that we get the right, get something cool. And we're ending on an overhead shot. So what does this look like to do like a crazy, just ton of cuts? I mean, it's a bit of chaos. Maybe if I half-timed it, maybe that's the answer. Because that definitely felt like it was too much. So let's just do half of that. What does half of it look like? Nah, still hate it. So we're gonna do a multi-shot instead. We'll just do the multi-shot. That'll look cooler. Although I think we want to go to something other than this wide shot. Maybe you like the half better than the full? Do you think the multi is better though? Because I kind of personally feel like the multi is the better choice. I think we're gonna go to the drum overhead cam afterwards. Like the multi just kind of gives the same idea, showing us all. Whereas the half cut's better. That didn't look good. What did I do there? Some of these wide shots, it does not look good to go back and forth. Multi's probably best. Okay. Yeah, I don't want that. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go to the GoPro. We haven't seen that in a minute. I think the GoPro is a better option from coming from this. Well, it's still kind of samey. So let's try let's do the guitar cam. Am I singing right here? Okay. That makes me think the answer here is to do it backwards of that. So we'll go there, and then that's gonna pop to the bass close up. So let's take a look at that. That way I'm doing the guitar thing. Cut to a vocal, and we cut to Darth doing something better. I need to, okay. Hold please. I have been super lazy about this for like a year now. We're gonna go fix that vocal fuck up. Because Aldo totally like, whoa! Totally loses it there. So let's fix that, because I've been meaning to fix that forever and a day. I don't know why I haven't gotten around to fixing that. Oh, what the hell did I do? I kind of bumped it. I bumped it out of time. Let's make sure that's back in time. So it's right here. Sorry, Aldo. It's just too funny. I feel bad now. That's just mean. I had him record this whole take live. It's not his fault. So we're just gonna cut it from the previous time. Oops, I didn't mean to bring the whole take with us here. So let's do that. Get ourselves a little crossfade action there, and comp this little vocal takey in. Why is that not auto crossfade was turned off? That's weird. I never have auto crossfade off. You know what? Let's do this actually. I'm going to get rid of that. And we're just gonna take the entire Dizzy Dance line from a different chorus. Is it this one? Oh shit, does he never say that any other time? He may not actually say that. Okay, well, we're gonna find a different whoa because I didn't like that one. Just because even though it like matched, he didn't push it as hard as he did, and it didn't feel like the articulations of the two vocal takes really matched each other. Like the notes were right, but the vocal articulation wasn't. And I really hate it when I can hear that. When I can hear like an obvious jump in vocal articulation that's completely unnatural, it drives me crazy. I hear it a lot on pop records, to be honest. I can still definitely tell that that was cut together. But it's better. I think that's passable. Okay. Let's go watch the last couple camera transitions, and then I think we're done with this song. This one was a little bit longer since we had to do the editing there. But this is running, like all of those effects are all running real time, Deanie, so you'll have those nice filters, and it's gonna be cool. You can't really tell? Good. That's good. Did we go from a wide shot to a wide shot there? Yeah, I don't like that. We're changing that. Where am I at here? Because we're going from the main shot to the wide, and I hate that. And I'm doing a vocal thing right there, so that seems like a decent time to hit the vocal camera. And then we'll end on Darth's camera shot. And we'll fade away with Darth looking all pretty. And it should auto change. Kick us over to the new scene. Bada boom. There we are. There's the jump. So everything's working now. Okay. Sweetness is done. What is next? Millencolin. I think I already have this song done. Like I know I already went through and did the basic drum video edits, but let's watch through it and see if there's anything I missed. First things first, let's pull up the plugins here. Oh, oops. That was the wrong thing to do. Off to infinity we go. Pull up the plugin tank, which actually it'd probably be better for me to give you guys this with the actual view for it. Did I already put Millencolin up here? I did. Load them drum samples. And I need more coffee. I need to get a coffee pot here in the studio. That's what I really need. Like, so for those of you who haven't seen, this is like my ridiculous desk setup for controlling all of this. I need to get like a coffee pot right here. Just something to where I can always have that. That'd be super nice. Also, I love the activate Windows bullshit that I need to get rid of. Why are two computers? Oh, okay, that's why, because of the virtual machine. Okay, so here's our pop punk drum kit for Millencolin. So that's all loaded up. Yeah, you do. I am completely in agreement. Okay, so we're just gonna watch through this one and see what it does. Millencolin, where you at? Millencolin. Let me show you what I'm struggling over here on this right hand side, looking through this list, trying to find it. It's all alphabetical, and still I can never find it. Wish I knew what was clipping our headphone amps out. That's weird. All right, let's pull up our MIDI. What are we starting with? We're starting with a, oh, you got that backyard done? Very nice. We finished up Jimmy Eat World. All the camera changes are done, and I'm moving on to Millencolin. Testing that out and seeing what that looks like. So we're kicking over to the output here, and let's listen through Millencolin and see what happens. Oh, actually, first thing to check. Was I lazy, or did I do the drums right? Let's find out. I did it right. Cool, they're at 0 dB. That's where they should be. So let's pull our MIDI file back up here. Welcome to the world's most annoying DAW session. Okay, back to our output. Here we go. Yeah, that was a quick mo. You're not wrong, Deanie. So we should switch over to this guitar and drum multi. I thought this was a cool shot for us to start with. Why does that sound so funny? Needs more kick drum. There we go. That's better. Alright, I had to fix that kick drum. So, back to the head of the song. Also, there's going to be some weird, like, moments with the drums where they don't do quite the right thing. I don't feel like going and fixing all of the MIDI because Deanie's going to be playing it live anyways. So, alright, here we go. But yeah, I think this intro shot is going to be pretty cool, having both me and Deanie at the same time. So it looks like for this intro, we're pacing through the changes pretty quickly. These videos were only like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So we're still pacing camera changes pretty quick, and then I slow the pace down a bit for the It's just because I just got a shower. It just looks all messy and ridiculous. I tried to focus on the bass quite a lot as well because Darth just has some great tone going in this song. Although, I see that we did the shot twice in a row right there, and I don't like that. So we're going to end the chorus here with Deanie's overhead shot. Oops, pressed the wrong button here. I'm gonna go back over to Reaper. We know that this works. The mix sounds good. I'm gonna switch to the correct drum tracks here because those little closed hi-hat things are just driving me insane. Get my MIDI file back open. Here we go. Let's look at this again. See you in a bit. Man, the bass tone on this song is so good. Here I just stick on this bass shot for a while because that bass tone is just so fat here. Show everybody. Kind of thinking about building a multi-shot again for that pre-chorus. Let's go do that. We're gonna build a multi-shot here. This is gonna take me a couple minutes. Let me give us some nice easygoing backing music. There we go. So let's go into our multis, and we're gonna do add input. We'll add a blank input. Oops, I can just do that from here. Just add a blank input. And let's see here. Which one do I want to use? I don't think I'm gonna go make another one right now. We'll probably just use something I already have, like that. What does that look like? What else do I have? Yeah, definitely not the vertical bars one. That's cool for a different song, but I think, I have 2 left. Do I have a 2 right? I should have built a 2 right because I haven't done anything with that yet. The triple horizontal is not right for this. The 2 top 1 bottom could be really cool because I could probably do the drum overhead just right to make that look cool. So let's try this. We'll do the guitar ultra tight camera, we'll do the bass tight camera, and we'll do the drum overhead camera. We'll use the bottom, the drum overhead one can be in the bottom, so that's, what are you? Your overlay number 3. Let's go overlay number 3 and just pan that down a little bit so we can make sure we see Deanie in the shot, and then we'll crop it in. It's gonna be tight to get, I wish I could zoom this, so like 390 maybe, 395, 399. Looks like 399 did the trick. Cool. So now let's go to overlay 2 and zoom it out a bit. And we'll go, actually, Darth is normally on the right hand side, so I think we should keep that motif so that it's not like disorienting that the camera's like flip or anything. I've been trying to think through that and make sure to kind of keep that kind of consistency going. Oops. Delete key. Delete key. There we go. And then on overlay 1, let's zoom that out a bunch. Not quite that much. Let's just make it like 0.5. That should be just about right. We'll do like 0.55. This is a song I've been wanting to cover forever. Okay, I think that looks pretty good right there. Let me restart all of these so that the colors look correct, but, well, I guess that's not gonna happen. I need to get all these refilmed. I think that's a pretty cool multi-shot though, and also like the way the camera is for the guitar ultra tight now should not show Darth as much in the camera, I don't think. So it should kind of feel like it's a nice little tight shot of the 3 of us. So let's rename this. Call it multi, all tight, because we tight. There we go. Now we need to make some shortcuts for it. So let's bring Reaper back in. Multi, all tight. I'm trying to not overdo it with these multi-shots, but they're so damn cool that it really makes me want to use them a lot. So I'm gonna preview the input. And we want to go all the way down. Not that far. All tight. We'll call this all tight. Let's clone that bad boy. I don't know why that keeps not working. We'll set that to MIDI channel 3 and we will make it a transition cut direct. Okay, so So now we should be able to cut directly to that. Okay, that didn't take as long as I thought it was going to. So I think we will use that for, let's see here. I think we just use it for that whole pre-chorus. So let's paste that. Can I just paste it up here in the... No, I'll just draw it in, whatever. So we'll make that note channel 3. Boom. So now we have a pretty cool multi-shot. That makes me feel like we're going to use a wide shot beforehand to sell the idea. So we're going to come in early. Here we go. And we'll just stay on that. Cut to a wide shot. Although, let's use a different wide shot. Let's go to the GoPro, because we haven't seen that in a minute. Is that where it should be? Yeah, it does need to be early. Okay. You have to throw a fat fill in there, Deanie, since it's got that overcam. Some things looked funny there. Because I was on this, and then it's cutting over to straight to the base camera. I don't think that's a good idea. I think it should go elsewhere. And then we're going to cut to there. Which jumps to there. That's okay. That jumps to there. Which jumps. Make sure none of these look super funny. I think that's pretty good. Although, what's this shot? That's a base tight shot. Okay. Yeah, that all works. Let's check it out again. That looks a lot better. Finish up with that drum hit. I think that'll be a cool shot to end things. The lights will fade away, and then it cuts to the other camera. Cool. So I think we're pretty good there. Let's zoom back out of that. I think that song is done. And so I'm going to take just a moment here to go use the restroom, and I'll be right back. Oh, wow. That is not what was supposed to happen there. Oh, wait. No, that was correct. I did it dumb. Yeah, the whole house is much, much colder now. It's still fairly warm here in the studio. Anytime I'm working in here, it just warms up super quick. Oh, I need a coffee maker in here. It's gonna have to happen here soon. Just gonna have to. What do we got next? We got Psycho by Muse. This one is likely done. I'm pretty sure I put a good amount of time into this one, so it should be looking pretty good, but let's double check and make sure I wasn't lazy with the volumes. I was not, so we're good there. Let's double check our drum connection here. So I'm just gonna solo those out. Let's go ahead and mute the, Yep, that is what I wanted to do. Let's go ahead and bring the, I wish I had an auto button. Like, Universal Audio, if you were listening, MIDI control for console would be amazing. And yes, I know you're doing Luna, but please understand that all of us can't just switch DAWs out of nowhere. We have a lot of time and things invested into the DAWs we use, so if you could still give us some cool new things for console, that'd be awesome. Because those are things that I really need. Okay, Millencolin is good. Did I already save Muse? I did not. So let's pull it up. Muse. Like I said, this one I'm fairly certain I already went through pretty thoroughly. Okay, those are all coming through. They sound pretty good. Did I not change the MIDI notes here? Because it seems like it. The only thing I don't like about this is it doesn't, for some reason it doesn't hit the snare drum right, and I don't know what the deal is with it, but something about the way the TD20 maps is just not good. Drums sound a little quiet to me. Toms especially, just bring those up. Bring the cymbals up. The snare's a little wimpy too. Let's bring that up to like 1 dB. You have like 2 dB? Hit the compressor a little harder. Okay, I'll have to double check some of that once I have Deanie in here, because I won't know 100% what that's going to look like until he's here. But all right, let's go watch through the cameras on this and see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and mute that. Bring these back. Okay, let's watch through this one and see what happens. Sorry for the slight timing problems. See the drums, kick over to the bass. I definitely need to make sure that there's some overhead shots of this tom groove. Like that. That's gonna look cool to see you doing the tom groove deal. door startled me. Should zoom out. So far, everything looks pretty good. Like I said, I went through this one pretty thoroughly, so I think it should be about where I want it. I could always tinker, but I don't know that that's super necessary. I want to make sure I get through everything. It's pretty good. I just need more angles. If only I could have like 4 more cameras. I'm just being greedy. Get those cinematic bars in there so it has a nice tight feel for the solo. It should cut over to the bass. Then we got the mirrored shots. That was a real quick job on the front lawn. Yeah, I like the mirrored shots a lot. So this part, since it's like super energetic, I had the camera transition start happening quite a bit faster, and then it gets to mirrored shots at the end for some really, really quick changes. Who doesn't look too thick? What's up, X-Ampy? How you doing? So it should be mirrored shots for the ending. Yeah, it really does. Like, since I can make custom stuff, it has endless possibilities because I can make as many custom ones as I want. And I'm sure I'll find my way to hack around a few more things. And I can do things like have camera follows happen automatically. No, vMix is definitely not a free program. I think it was $380 for the Pro version. Ultimately, I would like someday down the road, I would love to get the Pro version or the, yeah, is it the Pro version, the 4K version? But it has instant replay, so I'd be able to like hit record and then kick back and have like a slowed down version of stuff. Your wisdom teeth are starting to grow. I had to get mine removed, and I was super late to it too. So mine like grew in like this way, and were pretty painful. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully it'll still work. I just need to make sure to position the camera to be very similar to where he was in that shot. I had kind of changed the shot, and I need to not do that. It's a one-time payment. But the higher end version of it that I would eventually like to have, I think, is something like $1,200, $1,100, something like that. It's not cheap. None of this stuff is ever cheap. It always costs so much money. Between all the computers and programs and all this shit, it's just so much money. Okay, what's next? After Muse, I didn't see anything in Muse that I wanted to change. I think that one's done. We have Californication, and it does help. I appreciate that. And just so you know, for anybody who does like donate to the stream or Patreon or any of that stuff, I spend all of that money right back into the stream. Absolutely. So If you feel like doing that, you are definitely helping further the stream, not spending that money on hookers and blow. Although, you know, who doesn't love hookers and blow? Californication. I'm kidding, by the way. I hope that was obvious. But you know, you never know. Okay, I did make some changes here, so let's save. Oh, did I have not saved this yet. Let us do this. Muse Psycho. If only I had a sarcasm emoji. One of these days I'll get some emojis going, or some better emotes going. I got the coffee cup. That was an important one, you know, because every now and again you just need some coffee. It runs the stream. Okay, so Muse is done. We're going into Californication. I think I already saved this as a 41,800 channel points. Yeah, I have no idea what to do with channel points. Like, it completely eludes me to what I should be doing with those. Okay, Californication. Was I lazy with this one, or do I need to fix the drum mix? I fixed it already. Hooray! So we don't even need to bother checking that one. I already played it earlier. I know it works. Moving on to camera transitions. Boy, I'm glad I got a lot of this work done off stream. So let's go back to our output and let's watch through this. I think this one's fairly well done already. Oh, you tried a PRS for a couple days? Nice. How did you like the PRS? I have personally always found them like kind of small. The fretboard, like the fingerboards, they're a little. I have kind of like big monster hands, so I've always kind of found them a little bit small and a little bit hard to deal with for myself personally. My buddy Pat, who wrote a lot with me back in the day, he likes PRS a lot. He has a couple of them, so I know they're great guitars. I've just always had problems with holding them in my hands, just because I'm used to like those giant Ibanez necks and things that I don't know, because I have big hands, I tend to prefer that. So Californication I went through earlier. I set it up with a lot of crossfades and stuff during the mellow parts of the song, so I think this one came out pretty cool. Definitely focusing on that bass. So this one should be a little bit different because it should have a lot of these kind of soft fades to the transitions during the mellow parts of the song. I also changed my guitar tone for this song and I am much happier with it now. It's got a little bit of grit to it that it didn't used to have, and it sounds immensely better. I also think I fucked up the guitar solo a little bit, so we'll see about that when I get there. This is one that I really wish Aldo was singing instead of me, because I suck at it so much. No promises, Tomb Raider. No promises. How did that transition look? I wasn't paying attention. One sec. I'm gonna watch that back. You tried a Marshall top with a Marshall 412? Dude, those are a loud proposition. That must have been real. Well, the thing with Marshalls though is that like once you get them to like 3, I don't feel like they get much louder after that. It feels like they kind of like top out at like 3 or 4 and don't really get much louder after that. At least the Marshall I had a triple super lead, and it always felt like that was the deal with that guitar amp. Yeah, I don't hate that transition. Yeah, the lights on the drum are good. I do need to get some to put directly above me to light Deanie's face up a little bit more. So I'm gonna probably put a row specifically for lighting the drum set up, I think. At least that's in the plan for the lighting. Which amp was it? Was it like a Marshall top? Was it like the MG series? Slow the camera changes down for the chorus and then back into crossfades. Do you know if it was solid state or tube? I'm imagining if it was relatively inexpensive, it was probably a solid state, but I haven't been in music retail for a while, so I'm a little bit out of the loop as to what's out there now. When things work, I have a great time. It's only when things don't work that I get miserable. Also, I think I was laughing about the fact that we were playing the wrong guitars versus the song we were playing along with, so it just sounded ungodly bad. Like just the worst shit you've ever heard. 450 total? Okay. I bet you it was probably an MG series. Which of those are great. I've played through those many times. So far I haven't seen anything I hated. The Ruby transition. Let me look at it again and see what it was. I saw it happen, but yeah, half stacks are so loud. I've had them and I will never have one of those again. They're so loud. Is this the transition you're talking about? Oh yeah, that one did look pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that one. It's kind of hard for me to find places to use some of those transitions just because they're like any of the older songs, they definitely don't work. If I'm playing something from the 70s, it just doesn't make any sense. But, you know, in anything that's like 90s and past, I feel like I can get away with a little bit more. But yeah, if you live in an apartment, you start playing real drums or half stacks or anything, you're gonna piss off neighbors real quick. Let's see how bad I did at the solo. Okay, so I put a little fade to get there. I like that. Looks like I'm doing fades through this whole section again. This is one that I'm not just gonna stick on the guitar during the solo, because like Darth is doing some really cool bass stuff. My old studio, I have had one in an apartment. I've also had a couple different houses, as well as a mother-in-law house that I was in. So I think like 2 different apartments, a couple townhouses, like duplexes. I guess this is the first like house that I've been in. So you just wait till he plays the loud music and then you fight with him. Oh, I forgot I put that transition in there. That was pretty cool. Yeah, Darth has a lot of fun playing this song. So we'll probably play it tomorrow just because I know Deanie's been rehearsing it and it's one that Darth really enjoys playing. I hate singing it though because I suck at it so bad. That's why we haven't played it in a while. Ugh, stretch the neck out. Hold please, I didn't love that. There was something here. Let's see here, we went from that to the GoPro to Darth's close-up. It's too many Darth side cameras. We need something to mix that up a little bit. I think we need to go to a guitar shot. Like I'm singing, well, yeah, I'm singing there. So maybe we'll do like the vocal. Hold please. Do I say that at my job too? No, I don't really ever put anybody on hold. I pretty much, I make small talk with people mostly when I'm on the phone with them just because I feel like it kind of eases the tension, if that's a thing. Makes it easier for, you know, if it's going to be a while, it's easier to just chat. Talk about stupid shit. There we go. That'll look better. I try and not talk too much actually, because my voice gets tired really easily. I'll probably try and not do any talking the rest of the night, so I'm good for tomorrow. That's part of why I drink so much water on stream too, is just my voice gets tired real easy, which kind of sucks. Okay, I think that one's good. I didn't really see anything in that one that I felt like changing, other than the small minor tweaks that we made. So let's see here. Next up is the cars. Why does my voice do that? I don't know. I think it's because I talk wrong. I think the way I talk is just strenuous on my voice. I've tried working on it, and it's just something that I struggle with. Something I try and pay attention to not like tighten up my throat too much when I talk, but I have a bad habit of talking louder than I need to, maybe. I don't know. The car's already loaded up. I don't speak wrong. Well, you never know. Do we need to fix the volume on this? If you don't speak Danish, it's not wrong. What's wrong with Danish? I didn't fix this one. Damn. Damn. All right, let's fix it. I was lazy, and I shouldn't have been. So let's set this to 0 dB. Everything. The freaky deaky Dutch. So the reason I need to set these to 0 dB is because if I don't, then when Deanie plays the drums during the chat, they'll be a lot louder, essentially. So like, basically I want to have the same volume set at, I don't know if Dutch and Danish is the same thing. I really don't. I'm not knowledgeable. Basically, I have like pre-printed drums, and then I have Deanie's drums, and I need to make sure that those volumes are the same. So if Deanie's here versus if he's not here, it's still at the right volume. It's not. That doesn't surprise me that I'm wrong about that. But I also want to make sure that once we kick over into the chat, it's the same volume as well. So it's not like we play a song and then we get into the chat and his drums are just super ridiculously loud. So we need to balance this out here. Real quick, I'm just gonna come and turn something off. Where is it at? Oh, this session is so big. It's up above? Really? No, it must be below. There we go. We'll just turn that track off because we don't need it right now. They speak Dutch in the Netherlands. So, Danish. What country speaks Danish? Actually, these drums aren't terribly too loud. Denmark. Okay, that makes sense. Boy, that makes me feel like the drums have been a bit too quiet for this song. The Danes. Because this sounds about where I'd want it to be. Of course, then again, the mastering chain kind of clamps down on everything anyways. Which, that's getting hit decently hard, but not crazy. So let's switch over to Superior Drummer Mix. Now this sounds a little loud. I think now we want to bring this down. Oh yeah, those cymbals are quite hot. Let's bring that down to -5. We'll bring the kick drum down to like -1.5. And snare drum down to dB. Cymbals are still a bit loud. What's happening? Go down to -6 dB. I mean, the Norwegians, those people like burn churches and shit, right? They're scary motherfuckers. Oh, the toms are way hot. Yeah, I'll bring the toms down -3. Let's check that out during a tom fill. That's pretty good. I'm gonna bring them down another dB though. I went for a minor instead of major. My bad. Okay, so we're pretty good there. Okay, so the drum mix is now pretty good. Phasing problems. Okay. Now it's time to go check camera transitions. Yeah, I think it is Denmark. I think that's what X-Hampy was saying. I'm pretty sure he's from that region. He should know. We can get rid of that. Oh, you have no idea? Okay. Well, somebody needs to Google this so that we know. Let's watch our camera transitions. Oh, I see what I missed something here. I don't know if I should. Is it? Yeah. Is it too much to be on me and then like cut to the drums and cut to the bass when we do the hits? I think that might be kind of cool. It's moving around quite a bit more, but it could be good. Let's try it. I'm gonna hit some cuts into this real quick. Excuse me. And then we'll cut back over to the guitar. Actually, you know what? Let's go for this guitar shot right here. Boom. And then the next time, I think Darth does it every single time as well. I think. So let's just grab all of that and then copy pasta. Should be right there. Let's take a look at it before I get too deep into this. Let's see if this works. Oh, somehow I screwed that up. Wait, is that the right spot? I don't think it is. I think it needs to be over one. Okay, so that one's right. So that should be there. I feel like, oh wait. So that should be there. I know you can't see what I'm doing. It just seems like it'll be quicker to fire this out. And then from there, like I do have the lights doing stuff. So maybe from there, what we do is we go and just stay on a wide shot. So we're just going to move to a wide shot here and not cut away from it. We're just going to go to like a big wide shot. And if you can give me just a moment, I need to go refill my water bottle. 1 sec. Be right back. We're back. We're back. All right, here we go. Thanks for being patient there. Okay, so let's watch this beginning. I think that's gonna be. Oh, you know what? I need to pull that down. That could have been real gross. Because then we can just kind of focus on the lights and the whole band is going, so we'll just stay there. Since we got vocals going there, we got pretty slow camera changes going at first. Have I not added drum cameras in? I haven't. Okay, so hold please. We're going to add some drum shots in here because we haven't done that. I'm also kind of thinking that maybe some light crossfades. Do we have a nice drum kit? So most of it is nice. It's just that the technology is like 10 or 15 years old. So it's not perfectly doing what it is that we want it to do. So we have some minor difficulties with it. Actually, you know what? Let's line all the shots up first. Let's decide where we want to cut all of our shots. And then we'll go and decide if we want to do crossfades. Okay, so we're starting with a vocal. And then we're going over to the bass. Then we're going to a wide shot. And then when we go to the synth deal, this is going to a different wide shot. That's probably okay. So then when we go to the synth deal, rather than the guitar, let's see the drums. And then we see Darth. And then we see a wide shot. And then we should probably see some guitar, because I do a little guitar widdly woo. And then we go back to the vocal. Back to the bass. I feel like we're doing the same kind of thing here, so let's actually change that. We'll go from the vocal to the wide shot, then we'll go to the bass. And okay, I think what we're actually going to do here is go see the overhead drum shot. I never know what you want me to hold on to. That's just a common saying, right? Hold please. You know. So then we go to the wide for everybody. And then we make the move that should never happen. How's that play out? Yeah, we'll go ahead and cut to the vocal there. Oh, I know you're being silly. I'm just being ridiculous back. I need to get Darth and Deanie doing some backing vocals on this song. That'd be fun. Actually, you know what? If we're going to do that, let's go to... So we're coming from a tight shot. Let's go to one of the wides. Let's do that wide. No. Okay, so we'll do that. And then we move over to Darth's bass. Cut to a wide shot. And then rather than do another wide shot, let's see a drum shot. And then we're going back in for the vocals to finish up. We see the bass. And actually, it probably makes sense here to get back to a drum shot because Deanie's the only one playing anything during this whole section. I hit the wrong button. Fuck. We'll kick over to the guitar there. And then switch over to the other side guitar close up. Ugh, I played that so sloppy on the recording. And then I hit a minor chord here, I think, like a dumbass. Yep, ugh, gross. Play it when I mess up. No, what I need to do is get that clip of Randy Jackson talking trash to me and tell me I need to get a job and just put that on a thing. I just need to soundbite that. That'd be pretty good. Okay, so what are we doing here? The guitar fuck-up's gonna drive me crazy. A vocal, bass. Looks like we're doing kind of the same loop as before. So let's see a drum shot. You haven't heard that? It's on YouTube and it's wildly hilarious and embarrassing. We were at a music gear convention. It was pretty funny. I'll find a way to clip it so I can have it on stream. Actually, you know what? Let's kick to the drums. Oh wait, are we already on the drums? Let's do this because I want to kit. He's gonna do a fill there, I'm sure, and I'm gonna want to see that. So we'll go from a, well, no, because I don't want to go from there to there. That's like the no-no shot. That's the never do. We'll just do that. And then we'll do the, it's fine if you don't always see the singing. And then we'll immediately jump back into a vocal shot. Because we're still doing a chorus. Bass. This is gonna be fun having Dean here tomorrow. I'm super excited. Yep, that was the no-no move. From there to there. We never do this. Never, never allowed. We haven't seen Darth's vocal close-up, and I want to get him to do just what I needed. That's a Fender American Precision. I don't know what it is beyond that. I'm pretty sure that was another wide to wide that I don't want to do. You can go from a close-up to another close-up, like tight shot it back to back, but going from one wide shot to another is just kind of an ugly move. So let's go to... So let's see some drums. Yeah, we were planning on it, but Darth kind of ended up throwing our plans for a loop. Boy, I know that probably looked good in my previous iteration, but it just does not look good here. So we're going to avoid it at all costs. Actually, let's go to the overhead. Boom, and then where are we at from there? Vocal, bass, wide. We can let that one slide, I guess. I don't actually do anything there, and there's probably going to be a drum fill. So we're just going to give Deanie the show right there. Actually, no, let's do an overhead shot. That'll look cool. Oh, you got disconnected? Welcome back. I was just saying, right here, at the end of the cars, before we go into the outro, I'm putting that drum overhead camera, so you better bless us with a pretty sick fill there, buddy. You like how I put that on you? Okay, no vocals here, so we'll do a guitar close-up. Dude, one of the hardest things Darth and I noticed this is you end up, when all the cameras are changing, you end up kind of paying attention to what cameras are happening and like end up like kind of moving yourself around like, oh, I'll look good, and like you memorize which parts of which songs you should like look where you should be aiming and looking. It's funny. It's like one more element of playing. Did that happen where it should? No, it's early, isn't it? But I think it happens. Is it a quarter note early? No, it's got to be an eighth note early. Right? It'll be all over. Yeah, it's not as warm in here as it was, that's for sure. It's definitely not as bad, but it's still much warmer in here than the rest of the house. So be prepared for the fact that you're still going to be a little bit warm. Did I screw up here? Am I like doubling up on the MIDI and being stupid? I think I was. Yep. Oops. Whoops. So many things to remember. Okay, so that's good. I do know that I want to automate this down a little bit more. It's still too loud. Also, I don't know if this is something you can have ready for tomorrow or not, Deanie, but during the chorus is the just what I needed. If you and Darth wanted to bust that out, that'd be pretty cool. I could be into that. Obviously, don't stress it for tomorrow, but down the road, it's something I definitely want you both to have. Like, would be excited if you would be interested in doing. I'll put it that way. Because having backing vocals would be very cool to have both of you going on that. Poor Deanie, I'm throwing all this shit at him. Ugh. Okay, what else are we going to play? I think we've... Oh, we were talking about... We'll probably play Weezer since Deanie knows that one. I need to go through Dire Docks as well. I think I already did camera transitions for this. Let's test the drums first things first. How much am I paying him? You think musicians make enough money for me to pay him? Oh, that's good. That made my day. Mario 64 Dire Docks. I should have saved this as VGM so I know what it is. Why are you not coming through? I should be able to hear this. Sorry, Dean. Oh, it's because I muted it like a dumbass. I muted the wrong channel. I wish I could pay you, Deanie. I really do. Maybe someday when we start making all that mad Twitch money. Did I fix this already? It looks like I did. I did. Cool. I tried buying him food last time he was here. He wouldn't let me. My money's... He's too good for my money. Ugh. I really wish I knew why those snares didn't come through quite right. At least they do when we play for real, but okay. Wait. Oh. Is that the right keyboard patch? I think it is. Yeah, I'm on Dire Docks. Okay. Oh, let's not do that. Bring Vienna back. Okay. I still have money left after all my fancy computers? No. I blew all my money on the studio. Nah, I still have, savings and all that, but bass is a little hot. Where's my keyboard? Oh, that's what's up. I understand now. Let's go into Reaper here for a minute while I'm mixing. The keyboards are currently turned off. I was wondering why the mix didn't sound quite right. Oh, I also need to actually connect Vienna to Omnisphere. There we go. So many things. Personally feeling like we could use a little bit more kick drum. Actually, maybe a little bit more snare drum too. What do you think, Deanie? Dizini? Maybe a little bit more kick drum. I like pretty present drums though, so. Let me save this up here. Save as VGM. Mario 64. Dire Docks. Invalid preset name. Shit. Okay, I take it back. That's a little too much kick drum. I overdid it. Started blowing it up when we went to the solids. Let's bring that down by a dB and a half. Maybe like there. Let's go all the way back down to -4. So we want to save this as VGM Mario 64. It's always one of those tough things to not, because I mean, I don't want to way overdo automation to make it so that like you have to be super careful about doing any solid double kick stuff, but man, it's still probably a little hot, isn't it? Are you saying no to automating? Yeah, it's too much. I used to have to do that a lot with the metal stuff, like automate the kick drums a little bit lower whenever it was doing like super fast stuff, because it just starts blowing things out. But you definitely want to like feel it when it's doing beats. But I don't think that should be super necessary for live. I added a little bit more dynamic to the kick drum, so hopefully the fact that you can't physically play as hard on the fast parts should take care of that. What's up, the 7 Hero? I definitely am compressing it. Let me take a look and see what I have here. I think there's like a couple rounds of compression actually, because I've got like a little bit of a knee there, and then there's a second version, like a 1176 going on, that hits it a little bit harder on the way out too. So it's definitely compressed pretty hard. Also on the mastering chain, there's a G-Bus compressor. I think that's the only compression. Well, there's a tape machine emulation, so that compresses a little bit too. Oh, you were saying it's not too loud? Okay, I'll turn it back up a little bit. Let's kick it back up to like -4. That's why we need to have you like record some of this, Deanie, and then come and do like a mixing stream, because I feel so bad that you're gonna come in here and play drums that you haven't like had a intimate chance to mix with. But we'll make do. Okay. Keyboards are hanging on me. Okay, so let's switch everybody over now to oops, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Now we're looking at vMix. Let's take a look here in Reaper. Did I already, can you cut the low end of the kick just a touch? Actually, you know what? That is not a bad idea. I think you're right about that. Because as I'm thinking about it, it definitely is kind of blowing out a little bit, and I've got a huge bump going on at like 80. So let's just bring that. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's just grab the gain of that. It's like a 5 dB bump. That's a bit extreme. Let's make that more like a 2 dB bump. And take a listen. I think that might have been a very wise suggestion. Let's make that gain like 3 dB. That does sound a lot better. You're definitely right about that. Let's check it out during the double bass part. Actually, yeah. That did a good job of calming down the double kicks. Oh, one thing I've been forgetting to check is the stereo reverse. Is that what I don't think this should be stereo reversed, right? Because, no wait, it should be stereo reversed. So all the kits should be stereo reversed, because the rack tom should be on the right, so that they're, oh, I save, like, in multiple places and in a very paranoid fashion. Appreciate you, though. That's a solid reminder. Because I want these drums to be audience perspective. So let me real quick go through all my kits and make sure that I did that on all of them. We want to make sure that all of them are audience perspective. And that's good for you, Deanie, that you can switch gears. It's really hard for me to switch gears. Is this loading? Okay, this feels like it's audience perspective. Let's just look in the mixer and make sure it indeed is, although I'm missing the visibility of rack tom number 1. So let's change that, make sure I can see the toms that I'm using. And actually, I think we can pull all the bleeds out of rack tom number 3, save ourselves some RAM, because dear God, do we have a lot of RAM usage. Let's pull out some hi-hat there, because I know that's going to be egregious. I don't know how anybody else feels with how you do your drum libraries and samples, but I use a lot of microphone bleed. I tend to like a pretty natural sound, so I end up using all the mic bleeds I can get my hands on usually. Okay, so that kit's good. Let's check the next one. I'm pretty sure most of these I went through and already tested this, but it's smart to double check. Yep, that's audience perspective. Okay, so I think we're good. Let's get back into Dire Docs. I'll go and double check those later. And I do have that reversed, so it should be correct in your headphones, Deanie, even though I know you were saying you could just flip your headphones around. I didn't think of doing a solution like that, which probably would have been better anyways, because no, I'm going to want it drum perspective in my headphones, so I did it for me, not for you. Okay. Let's get back to vMix here, and let's watch through. Oh, actually, I was going to check and see, did I already add drums to these camera changes? Why not rendering the individual tracks of the drums? So, normally I do. So if you look here in Reaper, these tracks that I have muted right here, these are pre-printed drums. So if I turn this off, these are all pre-printed, which completely mitigates the need for the plugin. The reason I have it set up like this so that I can come and mute these pre-rendered stems is because Christine, who's here in chat with us, is going to be here playing live with us tomorrow. So since he's doing that, I've been working on this system to be able to do both. So this is the MIDI track, and then the ones down below it are the pre-printed. So the MIDI is just so I can test. When he's here, the kit actually runs into this channel, which then sends the MIDI information over the network to a computer out in the hallway that actually does the drum processing, and then brings it back over to this computer with audio. So that way, like, at least my DAW computer is not getting crushed with the processing. I'm using Vienna Ensemble Pro for that. So that's why I'm not pre-printing stuff, or at least why I'm setting up without the pre-printing. So let's go take a look at the camera changes. It looks like I probably already did. No, I did not add drums to this, did I? Wait, I see some drums. Yeah, so let's watch through this and see how the camera changes look. I'm going to switch over to output view so we can all see, and let's load up we'll be starting on the chat view. All right, let's watch through these and see how they go. It looks like I use fades a lot here in the beginning, which I think I'm changing my mind about that, because like those are really strong hits. Doing fades seems like it makes no sense. So let's cut those. Use Studio One. Reaper runs in a fairly similar manner to Studio One. I think it's not really that crazy big of a difference. So let's change that. I'm sorry, you can't see what I'm doing here. I'm going to move those so that they're right on the correct spots. And what shot is this? So apparently we're staying there. Did I mean to leave this one as a fade? I think so. So we'll set that up into preview, and then I need to make sure that I still have a crossfade running that. I do. So let's go back to output and start over. It has Melodyne built in. That's awesome. That would actually be super useful. Although I never did get very good at Melodyne. I always had a hard time understanding how to use it really well. Like, I've worked in it some, but yeah, those should definitely be cuts. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I need to pull some of the low end out of those toms too. And do that now while we're watching. Excuse me. Okay. So I think I did already add some drum shots to this, so that's good. And now here we got a mellow section, so crossfades are pretty nice for this. And then we start cutting cameras when it gets faster. And then it should go back to crossfades for the mellowed out section. Oh, I forgot I did that merge effect. That's super nice to have your vocal tuning right there at your hands, like nothing needed to do, just throw it in and go. And if you have an activation button, that means it's not constantly pulling processing on all your channels, so that's nice. That's something I wish I had with like EQs. Like I wish there was like a built-in EQ for every channel. I guess Luna probably has something kind of equivalent to that. That won't look so weird when I'm not playing guitar. So I did see one thing that I want to change there. I saw that I did a wipe transition, and I think I want that to be earlier so that it hits on time. Let's test that out, because I think that wipe was okay, but it looked like it got done late and made it seem like we cut away from it super fast. So if the wipe starts early, that's much better. Doing cuts again. See an overhead of what I'm doing with keys. Yeah, I did notice that. I've seen them like posting live streaming, and I was kind of surprised when I saw they were using Studio One instead of Pro Tools. Okay, that needs to change. Since Deanie's here, I don't want to use that that particular multi-shot. When you're playing with a set of tracks, you can run commands from your cell phone. Oh, that is super nice. Reaper actually has an ability to do that as well, which I have found pretty helpful. Actually, yeah, we'll go for like the big multi-shot. I feel like a lot of people feel that like Pro Tools is not like the I don't know, I feel like it's kind of gotten the reputation of being like the workhorse, but not one for being like writing or anything like that. Like I feel like people don't like it as much for like it seems like a very heavy mixing workhorse one, but not as much for writing music. At least that's what that's what it seems like. Yeah, it's super helpful to be able to like use your phone or external wireless sources. I like that multi-shot a lot better. And then we'll come into the piano close-up for the ending. I do think that that's true, that a lot of people like it because it's the industry standard, but I also think that there are a lot of things about Pro Tools that that Pro Tools just does a lot better than some other DAWs. There's certain things that Pro Tools, like the one, yeah, I really like that multi-shot. It's one that I came up with earlier today, and it really does look, oh, that's not the right multi-shot. That one. It really does like kind of cover everything that's going on in the room, but with a kind of cool, like stylized look. I definitely want to do more of these. I'm trying to avoid doing too many of them because I don't want it to like get to the point where it looks bad, like I'm just being tacky, but I do really like them. But anyway, what I was saying about Pro Tools is like, I feel like the thing it does better than any other DAW is playlists. Reaper tries to do that with having like takes and lanes, and it's just not as flexible as the way Pro Tools does their comping. Like Pro Tools comping is probably its biggest strength in my opinion. I personally haven't used another DAW that I thought did like the playlisting and comping as well as Pro Tools does. Editing, on the other hand, certain editing things I felt were kind of a pain with Pro Tools, like just doing like basic like cut, copy, paste, move, stretch, like that kind of stuff. It's not that it was hard, it's just maybe it's because of the way I think with Reaper, it was unintuitive for me. Also, and maybe this is a Mac thing more than a Pro Tools thing, I don't know, but their limited options in color for tracks kind of drove me nuts. That was another thing that I didn't love. So that pretty much knocks out all of the songs that we'll be playing tomorrow. I've got drum transitions, I've got everything working. So I think we're at a point now where this is all I need for this tune, or for being ready for tomorrow. So I'm probably done streaming for today. So for those of you who don't know, what I'm setting up right now is camera changes and lights and stuff for our live set, which we're going to have Christini playing drums with us here live in the studio tomorrow. You can see like the cameras and everything and what we'll have going on with the lighting rig and everything. But we'll be playing live music at about 6 p.m. PST tomorrow. So come in, hang out, talk shit with us, make fun of us when we make mistakes, because we're still fairly new to playing together, and I'm sure it's gonna happen. So it'll be a lot of fun. Any rate, thanks everyone for coming in and hanging out. I appreciate it, and we'll see you tomorrow. Later.